Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good night, my dear students. Welcome to a new video here. Today I'm going to show you briefly how to do the publishing of your recording process. Focus to the podcast. Okay, first of all, we're going to create an account in the platform Soundcloud. Yes, Soundcloud is a product online in which you can publish different content in audio and you can share with the public. Yes, my suggestion always will be that you use Google accounts. Yes, and once that you start to create the account, you have to enter your age. In my case, I have here this information. Once that you have this, we're gonna wait a few seconds, guys, and finally here we have our account. Yes, as you can see, SoundCloud is it's an interesting platform in which you can see a lot of content in music, podcasts, audiobooks, etc. If you want to edit information, we have to go click here in profile, and here we have your default profile. The objective is that we can change some things here. For example, the banner, the profile photograph, and other information, right? For that reason, we have to click in edit. And in this part, instead to put our information, we're gonna put the information of our podcast. So in my case, this is the name of my podcast. You have to put the name of your podcast, right? Remember, that has to be an interesting and attractive name that can call the attention from the people. And here also you can put, for example, the profile URL, the description, and you have to do the modifications that you consider necessary to reach this objective, right? So in the biography, you can explain briefly what is the objective of your podcast and some attractive things that can call the attention of the people. Yes, so in my case, I put some descriptions of my podcast here about why it's important to keep in mind these things to before to listen to the podcast, why the podcast is so attractive for my public, and everything about that. Yes, you have to do the same if you want to call the attention of the people. Once that you have the description, you have to change the URL, and the people can find easily your podcast. Once that you finish, you can click in save, and here we have the brief description and all about this. Okay, so now the next thing is to find a profile photograph. So in my case, I did it using AI generator. I used Bing. So you can use Firefly or other tools that you won't consider. In my case, I did it with Bing because it's easier to use and it's free, right? Remember that when you want to create an image from AI, you have to put a brief description of the image that you want. You have to wait a few seconds until you get the image that you want. So, and ensure that the image that you want is correct and reach the objectives that you want, right? So in my case, here I have 4 images. I'm gonna choose one. In my case, as you can see, I'm gonna choose this. Once that I have my image, I'm gonna click here in download, descargar, and this is the image that I'm gonna put in the profile. I'm gonna go here, update image. I'm gonna replace the image. Yes, right. So if you want to do the banner, we can use the Canva tool that we can use to do banners. So you have to access to your Canva account just in case. If you don't have a Canva account, you have to create it. But if you already have, you can search a banner creator and that's it, right? So remember that you can use different templates here, or you can use styles. In my case, I decided this style that is in accordance with my personality and the purposes of the podcast. And here you can modify the title, the subtitle, and all the things that you consider necessary. Keep in mind that the idea is that you can create an interesting banner, an attractive banner that can illustrate the best as possible the purposes of your podcast and complement the design. Yes. So in my case, for example, here I had some text. For example, here I did a brief description, the title of the podcast. For example, also I put something like solo disponible in Soundcloud, for example. So because at the moment my podcast is in Soundcloud, in case I put here, right? Also, you can attach images. In my case, I did it. Remember that this is in accordance of your design preferences, but keep in mind that the design is attractive for the people, and that's it. Yes. So we're gonna run fast this process because you know how to do it. But this is my design of banner, right? Okay, so once that you have your banner, the idea is that you can export this design. We can go here in File, Download, and here you have the banner that you're gonna use in your design, guys. We're gonna click in Download. I'm gonna wait a few seconds. And here I have. So it's time to attach to our profile. We're gonna go here, upload header image. We're gonna check the image. We're gonna click in Save after the preview. And here we have the banner, yes? And with these simple steps, we can see that our profile will be more attractive for our public. Okay, the final step is just to upload our chapter. So for the reason, we have to go here in Upload Now. We're gonna scroll down. We're gonna choose the file. We're gonna go to the place in which we have the recording. In my case, it's in Documents, Audacity folder, and I choose. So here we can edit, for example, the title of the chapter. In my case, remember that in the script, in my case, I have the title. So I hope that you already have a title. In my case, I already have. So for that reason, I'm gonna copy and paste in the description, in the title, right? Here, yes, the permalink, you can edit this part. In my case, I prefer to keep the chapter 1 because maybe if you have a too long link, can be uncomfortable, right? So you have to choose the genre. In my case, is just entertainment, but you can choose the option that you want, right? So in my case, I did entertainment, and in the description, okay, we're gonna talk description later. You can put tags, for example. In my case, I put this tags because I consider that can be properly for my podcast, you know. So here we have. You can put the tags that you want, but keep in mind to put tags because with the tags, the people can find easier your content. Yes, in my case, I put this. Okay, in the description, guys, we're gonna put an attractive description for our chapter. So in my case, I use the introduction of my podcast because I consider that is the best way to describe my podcast. So if you don't have an introduction written yet, so it's important that you consider to put an interesting description. My suggestion is, if you don't know how to do it, you can try to do, for example, by AI using ChatGPT or Gemini, or the best way, just to write by yourselves, no? Okay. So here we have the description, the tags, and everything about that. We have to ensure that the privacy will be public, so with that I can check, of course, for the exam. What else can we do? So we have to wait until our podcast is uploaded. When we have this orange line is uploaded, we can change here the image of our chapter. In my case, I put the profile. And we have to ensure here in the permissions metadata. The metadata, in my opinion, is not important, but in the permission you have to ensure that include it RSS feed is just for to have more attention for the platform. So these are the two things that we have to consider. Metadata in my case is not important. Once that we have this complete, we can click in save here. And finally, here we have our wonderful first chapter published in SoundCloud. Right, as you can see, you can go here and you can listen. All the people can listen perfectly the chapter. Very simple, with the description, with the image, everything about that. As you can see, you can run so fast here and easy the chapter. And this is the objective that I want for the exam. Yes, I want that you publish your chapter and I can see your profile in SoundCloud and I can listen this content, right? What else can I say, guys? So remember that I want that in the assignment you attach me the link of your profile. Yes, this link. And here I can explore the tracks. That is the case that these are the chapters. In my case, only in your case is only one. But this is the objective of the exam. Yes, so I hope that you can do this. And with this, you will ensure all the topics about the exam, right? So, guys, I think that that's it for today. This is everything for our term. I hope that this content is useful for you. If you have questions, just let me know. Thank you so much, and see you in next times.